Good morning, boys and girls. It's so great to see you this morning. I am so glad you're joining me here on Saturday, April the 17th of 2021. I can't believe we're in the middle of the month of April already. But I'm so glad you're joining me for story time right here online today. And as you can see, I have a friend with me. But we'll talk about my friend as soon as we get started. So, welcome to story time here at our store. We're so glad you came to read and explore. Now, open those eyes and turn up those ears because you never know who or what will appear. Today, if you can see, what am I holding in my hand today? I have a turtle, and specifically a sea turtle. And you know why I have a sea turtle? Because today's story is about a sea turtle. It's called Little Turtle and the Changing Sea. And it's a story of survival in our polluted oceans. This story was written by Becky Davies. She's the author. And the illustrator is Jenny Poe. She drew all the pictures on the inside. And so this story I'm actually reading because did you know that coming up this Thursday is Earth Day, when we celebrate where we live and how to take care of it? Okay, so why don't we go ahead and get started? I'm going to go ahead and put my turtle down. You can just sit and watch and maybe even take the little jacket off so it's a little easier to turn the pages. Here we go. Look, same cover. And open that up. Oh, look at those end papers. Okay. This story comes to you from Tiger Tales. I cannot recall which publisher they are under, but we thank them for allowing us to read this story to you and continue Storytime Virtual for as long as we need to. Hopefully not too much longer. Little Turtle and the Changing Sea. It began with a thunderstorm. The rain lashed and the waves crashed as Little Turtle pushed her way out of the nest and onto the wet sand. So here they are, all those little turtles coming out of their nest. She needed to be quick. One flipper in front of the other, she pulled herself down the beach toward the safety of the sea. Got to get to that ocean. There are all kinds of predators or things that might eat them if they don't get to the sea quickly. So they try to get down there as fast as they can. That's why they have people out there that protect these turtles. Thunder rumbled in the sky as Little Turtle slipped into the sea for the very first time. The water rose to meet her, and she was tossed and turned in the spray. Which way was up? Tiny turtles splashed all around her, calling, "Swim, swim!" Tiny turtles, excuse me. So all of her friends were going, "Swim, swim, just swim." Just when Little Turtle's flippers were tiring, she managed to hitch a ride. Oh, look, just on a little piece of wood there. Her journey had begun. Warm currents carried Little Turtle over a carpet of color. She danced with the swaying seagrass. She swam with fish of every shape and size. "What beauty," she said. Happy and content, Little Turtle climbed into a cozy hole in a rock and slept. Months passed, and Turtle was no longer little. She had outgrown her hideaway. So she hid in a little rock. Interesting. But she would never outgrow the ocean. Turtle swam onward through miles of dazzling open water. Look at that pretty blue sea. She was alone, but she didn't feel lonely. The ocean was her friend. You feel like the ocean is your friend? Some people like the ocean a whole lot. The pages are kind of thick. At last, Turtle's journey was complete. She had made it to the other side of the world. Home, sighed Turtle. And what a home it was! Foraging and feeding, Turtle lived there happily for many years until one day it was time for her to return. I wonder where she's returning. She's got a lot of little turtle friends. To the beach across the ocean where she had been born. She made this same journey many times, but found that each time the trip was different. Turtle, too, was different. As she grew each year, her love for the ocean grew with her. She saw new sights, made new friends, and welcomed some new little turtles into the world. Just swimming back and forth. Do you recognize any of these new friends that she's made? Why don't you comment below if you can? Then one day, the ocean itself was different. What is that? What does that look like, boys and girls? Oh, that looks like something you find in a grocery store, doesn't it? Colors disappeared, and Turtle found strange new creatures swimming beside her. Friend? She asked, but she was met with silence. I don't know that it's a friend. The strangeness grew and grew, and Turtle felt lost in the place she knew most. Nothing looked the same. So what is that? Looks like plastic bags. And I think this is a plastic bottle. Oh no. Oh no, what's happening on this page? The ocean no longer felt like a friend. Hello, she spoke into the darkness, but Turtle was alone. Oh, she looks like she's caught in some kind of net here with all that plastic. Wonder how that got there. Just when Turtle thought her journey was over forever, figures emerged from the strangeness and swam toward her. Got some divers here, looks like. Turtle was free! And little by little, she watched as they tended to the seagrass, the coral, and her friends. Then they cleaned up the garbage. Thank you, she said. They had returned her to the ocean. Look at that. They had to clean all that up. And began to return Turtle's ocean to her. It was a beautiful once more, and she loved it with her whole heart. Look at that. It's all cleaned up. They took all that garbage out. So that was the end of the story. And this is a note from the author. a little small, so I'm probably not going to read it. But this is back matter telling you about how that garbage got in the ocean and how we can help keep it out of the ocean. Okay? So, did you guys like that story? That story. Do you think our turtle friend liked that story? I think she did too. I am so glad that I got to read that to you. And I hope that you think about that story this Thursday for Earth Day and every day. Remember that we can't throw things like that in the ocean. And that's why we try to use less of those things so that they don't get into the ocean or other places that they shouldn't be to harm the animals. Okay, I am so glad that I got to read to you today. And guess what? I have a special surprise for you next week. It is Independent Bookstore Day. Yay! Celebrating independent bookstores, just like Story and Song. And we're going to have a special guest storyteller. And she's got a special story to tell you about a place right here, a place and a person that lived right here on this island. All right. See you guys next week. Have a blessed one.